Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here doing a part 1 of Records of Ragnarok. Let's talk.
So we've watched 6 episodes so far, and all I'm going to say is Big Boy Summer was saying to me, stop getting your hopes up, they're going to ruin it, it's Netflix, this is how they do. And I was like, no man, just don't think about all the other mistakes Netflix has done. Don't think about Dragon's Dogma. Don't think about Chronicles of Idhun and its 5-episode whole season. Come on, Netflix can do a good job. It's not their fault that the live adaptation of Death Note was so trash. And here we are.
What? Are you saying something? What are you saying? Are you saying something, Ruka?
Well, did you like the first 6 episodes?
No, Ruka, this is not the point. What are you trying to say to our audience so that they can hear you?
I'm trying to say I'm glad we didn't have a bet on, because I would have lost. Is that good enough?
No, it's not.
Okay, you were right.
Big Boy Summer was right!
Oh my god, if you're gonna do it, then why do I even have to say it out my mouth?
Because everyone needs to know that I was correct. All jokes aside though, you're gonna shoot me for this. I didn't hate it. They did do stuff that annoyed me. And I'm sure we're gonna spend a few minutes talking about that. But I wasn't completely peed off at it, to be fair. But that's probably because I walked in with the expectation of Netflix taking over the show, so you know how it is.
First up, we have our fight between Lubu and Thor. And so, episode 1, I would say I was really pumped. But at the end of the episode, we saw this beginning part of the Lubu versus Thor fight. And I was pumped. I was like, oh my god, it's going to be so good. And then we got to episode 2, and I was just like, oh, is this the second season of God of High School? Because it just felt like it was happening all over again.
Okay, so the Lubu fight for me was actually a good fight. If they let me see the fight. I didn't get to enjoy the fight. The fight seemed very static. There was no fluidity to the fighting and the movement. You've got Lubu and you've got the god Thor. There is absolutely no reason why this fight could not be one of the best fights in anime for 2021. And yet, you gave me a lot of talking, a lot of explanation, and not enough fight. And the fight that you did give me, let's be honest, we've seen movies and budget films choreograph better fights than this. So I was disappointed in that sense.
Look, that fight lasted 3 episodes. And I think Thor just swung his hammer 2 times and Lubu did 2 little hits. Like you said, there was very little movement in the fight, which was supposed to be epic, but it was mostly just camera angles. Black Clover actually does this as well. If you actually watch the episodes, they have a lot of static scenes, which feels like reading the manga. However, whenever there is like a turning point, a fight scene, anything that's in the manga, that if you've read the manga and you've watched the anime, you'll understand this too. Sometimes when you're looking at the pictures, you can't see everything that it's trying to give you. And when you go over to the anime, it gives you that. You get everything, but this just didn't even do that. It didn't bother. And not only that, but it was really peeing me off that instead of giving us the background scenery, we were just seeing like a colored screen and then the character. Like, how dare you, actually?
It was just like listening or watching a podcast. You're listening to the words, you're not watching it for the visuals. Do you get what I mean? And you're telling me there's a fight. I'm watching for the visuals. I didn't get no visuals. I was more in love with the story in the background than I was in love with the fight. And you just told me that this anime is a tournament arc. I'm supposed to be watching the fights.
This is what I think, right? Instead of doing the anime, they should have started up a YouTube channel, right? And then on episode 2, instead of showing us what they showed us, they should have just got some clips from Attack on Titan, episode 1, and then just called it fair use. Because what they gave us was absolute trash. Okay, it was so trash. I can't even, I'm actually getting upset. Thinking about it again is actually getting me upset because what was that? Those flipping giants. It was like a rip-off of Attack on Titan done by a 5-year-old.
Bruv, the Giants fighting style was swinging the club and biting off angels. And the angels fighting style was slashing the Giants' bodies without seeing the slash.
No, the Angels fighting style was standing in front of the Giants and saying, "We will now be the ones to fight you," instead of actually doing some damn fighting.
It was a big issue for me. You might as well have not had the fights. You know what? You might as well have not even called it Records of Ragnarok. It should have just been, here's a good story we're about to tell you. Because I would have been happier knowing what I was walking into. But then again, I was walking into something I already knew what would happen because it's Netflix.
You see, now you're saying that there's a good story, but it didn't feel like that to me. It felt like we were getting everything explained to us in cutaways. It was like watching Family Guy, but it wasn't funny and it wasn't good. The animation was crap. Do you know what was so upsetting? They actually took the time out to give us some really nice looking characters. I actually like the time that they took in actually drawing the characters, but then I can't even give you any props for that because there's already a manga and they're already designed. So what exactly did it bring to the table here? Oh, maybe the manga is in black and white since they're usually in black and white and they gave us color. Ooh.
Netflix, just stop making anime, fam.
Do you know what? It should have been a coloring book. And they should have just given us our own Crayola pencils and we could have just done it ourselves.
Are we going to talk about the fight between Zeus and Adam? Look, that fight was better, but obviously first 6 episodes we didn't really get to the meat and potatoes of the fight. I don't think Zeus is out for the count and I don't see Zeus winning this one personally because Adam is broken. He is actually flipping broken. I don't understand. A little pet peeve of mine though, they said he's the first of 10 trillion because of all the zeros that were there. Is that how many people have been alive? Jeez, I'm not sure that number's correct, but that's just me being finicky about it. Adam was sick. It should have been choreographed better. I should see Adam duppying, man. And all I saw was, what, 2 hits? Maybe 3? What's going on here, man? You're giving us a fight with gods and the best of man. I should be talking about these fights for ages to come. But instead, I'm watching it thinking, you know what? I should really be rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen, you know?
Now, with the fight between Zeus and Adam, I didn't really want to speak about it simply because we only got the beginning bit of the fight and we haven't watched any of the episodes past episode 6 and they could very well ruin this even more, which I'm sure they will. Actually, I'm confident that we're gonna go to episode 7 and I'm just gonna take my whole TV and throw it out the window. So, okay, from what I saw, yes, it was a good start to the fight. I like that they said that Adam is made in the image of God and therefore he can copy any technique. That was pretty sick. And the fact that he's gotten a bunch of hits on Zeus, yet Zeus has got 0 on him. It was great to watch Zeus get thrown around because he is the most cuntish god. Okay, maybe not the most, but he's definitely up there as one of the most cuntish gods. He really did deserve to get his ass handed to him, get punched around a little bit, you know. Also, why did they make Shiva bitch up so hard? Like, I don't know if I really feel like that'd be really happening.
I do. It made sense to me.
For him to be terrified and like...
Zeus, yes. Zeus is called the father of gods for a reason.
Yeah, however, that's in Greek mythology. Shiva is not in Greek mythology. It's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
A whole nother section over here.
I get.
So, come on. He's not the father of every god.
I hear you, but the way that they've made him in this is that they've made him the creator of the cosmos.
Yeah, which was like, what?
Where's God? Like, on the level, where's God?
What do you mean God? Are you trying to say the Christian God is like the better God?
Well, I'm saying the Jewish God is, but okay.
Oh.
Let's... Where is Yahweh? Where is Yahweh at? I want to see Yahweh in this. Because Adam facing Zeus is like, I don't know, you thinking you're going to fight LeBron James in the basketball one-on-one game and then getting some tall brother who's got nice hair. Do you get what I mean? Like, it made no sense.
Yeah, I thought that was also a bit weird because Adam doesn't really have a gripe with Zeus. Like you said, the Jewish God, the Christian God, that is the person that Adam would have had a gripe with if he had a gripe with anyone at all.
I mean, like, you're saying the gods are fighting man and whatever, and that's great. Where's the real gods? Where's the gods that actually have some power in this? Because no offense, every god there has got some weaknesses. Where's the gods with no weaknesses? Where's the ones that people are worshipping today? I want to see that fight.
So, Heimdall seems to me like he's supposed to be like the comic relief. Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting off of his character. But the comedic timing is so off. And not only that, but the pacing is off. The over-explaining of the past and the lack of movement means that he just misses the mark every time. And it just feels like a massive lost opportunity to have that element. Like, if that's what you're trying to do, then, I mean, the dialogue's there in the manga. I don't understand. The dialogue is already there. How has this happened?
Ruka, I like the way that you diplomatize how you said it. Heimdall was just not funny. There was nothing hilarious about him. There was no comic relief there at all. I needed to be relieved of him. He definitely should not have been there in the first place. Second mistake, they put 2 comic relief characters in. So there's Heimdall, who's supposed to be the guy, and I'm going to call him Heimdall because he doesn't deserve the correct pronunciation of his name. And that weedy looking god that's there, that's rooting for the gods on the god side, going, come on gods, you can do it. But because of that, I've also got loads of questions. This is set in what, Valhalla? Okay, why are the humans there? And I know that certain humans were brought over to Valhalla because of the Valkyries are taking your soul when you die so that they can protect the gods and whatnot. That's cool. What about the other humans? What, did you invite all humanity to come and watch their destruction? That wasn't explained. You explained everything else. But you haven't explained why the arena is full of man them that aren't gods in the god's place.
I feel like this is something you would know in the manga. The manga would have told you. I'm probably going to go ahead and just read the manga myself,
I'm definitely down for that.
Because this is just too much. It felt like they just explained so much that I didn't care to know. And then the things that I did want to know, I didn't hear about it. It was misordered. I understand the usage of flashbacks and stuff in a anime, but it just felt like it was overused and used incorrectly.
Brunhilde is still one of my favorite characters in this overarching anime so far. I think she is badass and she is really, really, really core to me keep watching this thing because she has a motive. She wants humanity to survive. She has a plan. She's going to use her sisters to become weapons for humanity to have a fighting chance. She's going to choose the order of who's fighting on behalf of humanity. She's obviously researched the guys who are coming up against the gods and thinking, yeah, I got this. And when Zeus decided that he's fighting Adam, Zeus didn't even do no homework. He just goes, I'm next. Like,
Zeus.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Fits.
You know what, that does fit. But what I'm saying is that I get that it's Ragnarok and the gods have hubris and whatnot. But you mean to tell me you've been sitting there all these hundreds of thousands and millions of years and don't know what's going with the whole of humanity, but yet you can cast judgment and say it's over for them? Nah, you should know something. Like, you can't be coming into any of this blind.
I even feel like the premise kind of is a little bit off, because if you just take the Greek gods by themselves, they have enough of their own problems just between each other. So, like, they're not doing that great for themselves either. They're out here imprisoning each other, tricking each other, interfering with each other's kids. Like, there's just so much going on. And out here, I mean, Zeus killed his own dad. Like, what are you talking about? Who are you to look down on humanity and say that, oh, we've done this, that, and the third? You guys have made your own mess of your own ish, as it is. So why don't we just all settle ourselves down? Thank you.
Also, why is Zeus number one? Out of all the gods that are there, like, he's pretty weak when you compare him to some of the other mythologies. Odin is better than Zeus. I said it, come at me if you want. Odin is stronger than Zeus, hands down, in my opinion, based on the mythology. Yahweh slugs everyone. Lucifer slugs everyone. There are gods out there that are mad. Like, look, the god of death slugs everyone.
Literally.
What is going on, fam? Like, literally, you said you're bringing out the best and you're sending out your guppies. Nah, fam, nah.
They're not exactly guppies, but okay, whatever. While I was watching this though, I was trying to figure out what they were trying to get from the audience emotionally when they were putting this anime together. But the only thing I can think about is that they were trying to get us to feel despair at the prospect of having to watch one more episode.
You're so cold.
No, seriously, when you watch animes, for instance, I don't care. I'm going to say it again. When you watch Demon Slayer,
Woo.
the emotions that you go through throughout the whole thing, you can understand what they wanted you to feel.
Episode 1.
Naruto.
Episode 1.
You know exactly what the feelings that they wanted you to feel, and you feel them. Like, you feel for Naruto.
100 Asta. Episode 1.
Exactly. Like, but what? What did they want from us?
Eduardo Enrique. I know, I need to stop. Okay, you're right.
What did they want?
I don't know what they want. I know what they tried to get.
I don't.
They tried to get us to feel, you know, what humanity is. You know, that go-getter spirit. That whole we can survive. That main character energy. And falling flat all the time. Because look, you've got the character that gave you that respect, that main character energy in Lubu. And he lost anyways. Where's the comeback from that? Where's the movement of the story from that? Also, side note, what the hell is Gold's role here? What is she here for? Anesama. Like, literally, you're trash, you look trash, I don't think you should be here, and you're asking too many questions when you're a Valkyrie.
I know.
You're a Valkyrie, bro. Look, Valkyries, and guys, if you don't know about Valkyries and you played God of War, the new one, you got only a little bit of knowledge of Valkyries. Valkyries are some of the most badassest things in any mythology, period. And you're a Valkyrie? I know someone.
Yeah.
I'm so I don't know what's going on. Why do you do this? How do you not know, fam? How did you not know that people's bodies are going on the line when you're a Valkyrie and you've got the power too?
And I actually want to see less of Aphrodite as well, because I actually feel like they're doing her dirty in general as a god. Like, they're just making her an effing joke. At one point, I think she jumps or something and her breast hit her forehead. Like,
Is that you being upset with Aphrodite or?
don't. Don't.
Alright, cool.
Don't.
But like, I want to talk about Aphrodite. Now, Aphrodite is supposed to be the most beautiful woman on the planet.
Right.
And all the planets.
Right.
To me, the most beautiful woman on all the planets don't look like the way that they drew her.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand.
On the level, and like, on the level, Meg Thee Stallion is closer to what I see beauty as than Aphrodite is. Do you get what I mean? Like, yeah, she's curvaceous. So what?
To be fair, the breast size of Aphrodite is actually a fetish. It's not the normal of what people would look at and say is beautiful.
Yeah.
They could have done her a little bit better, like Dan Machi.
Yeah.
How they've got, with Freya, you've got everyone following her and people wanting to be part of her familia, and she can teeth anyone from any familia because she's so beautiful, because she's so alluring. They could have done something like that. Like, it just felt like they just couldn't be bothered to put the work in to any of the characters, and so we just got caricatures. That's what it was.
But Shiva is also a huge caricature for me. Like, come on, Shiva, you are the god of destruction. I'm not here to see you be so apathetic. You're an active god of destruction. Like, if you look at the mythology, he is active in his pursuits of what he has to do. And he's also part of the three faces of creation. So it's not just destruction. He has a complete and understanding and intuitiveness to the moving and the working of the universe.
This is my final point on this whole thing. Because if everything wasn't bad enough, we have CGI Hermes with his Guitar Hero Zeus entrance that we just could have done without.
I don't know.
We could have done without.
Nah. That was the best part of the anime. What are you talking about, bro? Because I came to watch fights, but I basically got a football match where one team was overwhelmingly powerful and the other team shouldn't have been as powerful, and yet I got a 0-0 draw. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, guys, if you have watched Records of Ragnarok, please leave your comments down below, because as it stands, I have nothing else to say until next week.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.